For Swedish 18-year-olds, hanging out on a tank is now a coming-of-age experience, after the country brought back mandatory military service.
I wanted to be in the conscript force. My dad was in it, so I thought it would be fun.
I think a lot of young people grows up when they're doing it, because it is a reality check that everything's not about you.
Conscription was common here during and after the Cold War, but it was dropped in 2010 during a dismantling of the armed forces. Mistrust of Russia and Sweden's NATO application caused a rethink. The conscripts are training here on Gotland, an island that symbolises Sweden's drastic change in military policy. It was virtually abandoned by the country's armed forces until 2018. Now it's the focus of Sweden's preparations for joining NATO. Gotland controls passage through the Baltic Sea, 275 kilometres from the closest Russian port. The reinstalled regiment here is tripling its number of conscripts, some of whom could end up on NATO duties.
This would be very important to make sure that their doctrine, their training, their exercise, their planning are fully in sync with the way NATO does business. The Nordic cooperation, both in the maritime and air domain, is actually critical because the Baltic region is one of high activity by Russian forces.
Army chiefs have told Swedes to mentally prepare for war. In Stockholm, Kasper Sperling is among 100,000 teenagers who have been sent their papers online and are waiting for a call-up.
It does feel a bit frightening to be sent away and to have no choice unless you want to go to prison. But my friends and I also talk about wanting to do our bit for Sweden, even if we don't really feel like throwing away a year of our lives, like some of our parents say they did.
After decades of neutrality, there is opposition to the $2.5 billion increase in defence spending this year.
Even our own armed forces say the risk of a military attack on Sweden is low, so to have such a huge build-up doesn't make Sweden all the world safer.
Sweden may be building up its troops and weaponry, but perhaps still in the hope that it never needs to use them. Paul Rhys, Al Jazeera, Gotland, Sweden.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.